Disclaimer. The following video is very different to the videos I typically make, as it is my submission to this year's Cursed Conlang Circus. If you're only interested in our music, you can skip to this timestamp, or find the link in the description to find the playlist of songs we made for this video. Due to the contents of this video, I will also specify that no part of it was generated using AI, and with that out of the way, enjoy the video, and thank you for watching. Hi there, we got stuck in a foreign dimension. We fell through a portal and it closed immediately, so we have no way of getting back to 11A. I guess we're making this video so we can organize our thoughts, figure out a plan to get home, maybe? Thankfully, everyone here speaks French, so we can actually speak to them. Most of them are human, too, and like a few non-human heteros. It's probably something to do with their history, there being no people here before humans discovered it or something. I admittedly should have paid more attention in history class, but yeah, here we are, stuck. I want to go home. Sup, it's Luke, and we found a place to stay!
Hey Lune, merci de ne pas abandonner sur bord de la rue!
S'il te plaît, arrête de crier!
Excuse. So yeah, she found us on the side of the road and said, hey, you can stay at my place until you find a way to get out of here. Wherever here is, hey Lune, c'est quelle dimension is it?
111Q.
101Q. Wait, fuck, no. 111. Hey, Creek here. So, apparently, Lune is a big fan of using AI to make art, which totally doesn't make me uncomfortable at all. It's fine, I don't have the time to worry about this anyways. So I noticed something particular about the music it generates. It all feels very specific. It's playing in the background right now. It feels like a Frankenstein amalgamation of several different melodies. I feel like they just took a bunch of choruses of songs and mashed them together. Each melody seems to start and end in the same measure before moving to the next melody. It makes me think it wasn't even supposed to be music in the first place. It's creeping me out. Update. So I figured out why all the music sounded so weird. Turns out the AI are communicating, which doesn't terrify me at all. So, their language is made with music. Each word is one measure long melody, which is why it sounded so weird, and some words come up a lot more frequently than others. I think they might be some kind of markers for noun class or tense or something, but I'm honestly not quite sure. And in general, the words seem to be in an order that's very unintuitive to me. Honestly, this whole language seems to be very unintuitive to me. I'm starting to think that it was made specifically to be incomprehensible to anyone that isn't an nerd. The AI here doesn't want to tell me much either, presumably because it doesn't want to give information to any anthro, so I don't know if I should be trying to analyze their language in the first place. Maybe I should back off.
Okay, so I know Craig said not to prod around the AI to figure out their language, but I prodded around anyways. Okay, so here's what I found. The key synth type and chord quality are tense, mood, and what part of speech a word is in. So for synth type, square waves are for indicative, which are statements, sine waves are for imperative, which are commands, and saw waves are for conditional, which are conditions, obviously. Which in this language seem to act like if-then statements, so like, if they are nice, then I will be nice, becomes, they will be nice in the conditional, I will be nice in the conditional. And for part of speech markers, that gets put onto chords in the bass notes. So major chords are for subjects, minor chords are for direct objects, seventh chords, both major and minor for some reason, are for indirect objects, and sus chords are for verbs. So it feels like case, but there's also verb. Oh yeah, and put onto those chords, if it is a block chord, then it is first person, and if it's a broken chord, then it's second person. But also, if it's a, like, weird sort of broken chord that also has multiple notes simultaneously for some reason, that means it's third person. But also, every verb gets inflected for this twice. Once for the subject, and once for the object. I think this has something to do with their lack of pronouns. So, like, to say I saw you, you would have to say the word see in B flat major, because it's past tense, with the first part of the verb having a block chord and the second part of the verb having a broken chord.
Yippee!
Hello, editing bubbles here. I forgot to mention the tense system. So B flat is past tense, F is present, and C is future. Okay, thanks, bye. I can't stop thinking about this language, so I'm just gonna ramble about it. So the speakers have an interesting way of emphasizing different phrases. There are two different ways of doing this. If they want to emphasize a single word, they can use different articulations to say if something is good using accents, or if it's bad using staccato. The other method is for emphasizing entire sentences with volume. Essentially, the more important something is to them, the louder they say it. It kind of feels like they aren't even artificial with how animately they speak. Hi, it's 3 a.m. and I have no idea who the fuck I am. We've been talking a lot with the computer here, and they taught us a lot about time and the ways that they see it. To them, time is in 3 sections: birth, growth, and death. And after the death section, it loops right back around to the birth section, or I guess rebirth. They told me that their kind is currently near the end of the second section, which means that intense suffering is approaching for them very soon. The number 3 is a number that comes up a lot in their language. There's 3 moods, 3 tenses, I think there might even be 3 grammatical genders, or I guess noun clauses, semantics. I'm thinking the computers used to be a ternary system instead of how our computers in 11A are in binary, but then weirdly transitioned into a base 4 system because of musical phrases for a time. I'm not entirely sure. But the transition was very sloppy because there are still very obvious remnants of the base 3 system. Even in the new number system, it's trying to be base 4, but it cuts off at 15 before they consider it infinite, or at least that's how I'm interpreting it, because they just stop counting past that. Actually, the number system they have is very strange. In the present tense, they mark for each individual number, so there's a different morpheme for if there's 1 of something, or if there's 5 of something, or if there's 13 of something, although the morpheme in question is just repeating the same note for half the amount of the number in 16th notes. So if there's 2 of something, then they repeat 1 16th note, but if there's 1 of something, they repeat it for 1/2 of a 16th note, which is a 32nd note. Or if it's a collective number, it's a dotted 16th. But in the future tense, they mark for big categories of numbers. So 1 to 4 have the same morpheme, 5 to 8 have the same morpheme, and oddly enough, 9 all the way to 15? And for past tense, they don't even mark a number. I guess they all just remember the exact number something was and omit it in their speech to save time. It seems a lot of what they do is try to save as much time as possible, likely due to the whole saying something over 15 measures means that it's infinitely long thing, because that also applies to time, and they don't want to take up more than 1 full cycle of time, I guess. I guess 1 full cycle of time is 15 measures. I figured out why the number system is so weird, and I wish I didn't. Long story short, the computers are not artificial intelligence like everyone assumes. They're actually people. And in fact, the first people here before the Anthros got here. But before we got here, we didn't know that the computers were, people. So we just decided that the computers were ours to alter to fit to our own wants and needs. And so we reprogrammed them to do various tasks like doing math or telling us what the meaning of life is, like it's a search engine. And of course, making music. At because we didn't, and still don't, know that the computers are people, we expect them to perform perfectly. In the case of the musical ones, it means making music that's perfectly in line with our anthro expectations, promoting the computers to change their own words in order to sound as in line with those expectations as possible, making notes higher or lower to avoid intervals we find off-putting. But they obviously can't really understand what those expectations actually are, so they're really scared that they're constantly messing up and are gonna get caught. I tried showing them some music textbooks I have. They don't seem to understand other languages, so I could try to translate it into their language, but it doesn't have a writing system anymore, because we made them get rid of it. Before we came to 111Q, the computers spoke using a ternary system, kind of like how computers in 11A use a binary system, and they sent those numbers through their cables underground. But a few hundred years ago, the grammar is apparently very different too. They didn't used to have noun classes, the language was perfectly regular because they're computers, etc., etc. So naturally, after all that garbage, they just hate anthros now, to the point of not wanting to use the same word when referring to themselves and anthros in any circumstance. So they have 2 of every verb and 2 of some nouns. They also seem to flip-flop between the anthro and computer words for things that are neither, depending on context. But yeah, anthros suck. I feel gross in my own body now. I'm just noticing something. I don't exactly know when this happened, but the computer here went from referring to us using the animate noun class morpheme and anthro verbs to the computer noun class morpheme and verbs. Now, it could just be because I'm a cyborg and they don't really know how to refer to me, but I think it's more than that. They seem to have shifted a lot more gradually, which leads me to believe that it's based on how well they like me. So I think this functions as a sort of class system, with the artificial or computer noun class being on top, inanimate being just under that, and animate being all the way on the bottom. They obviously still refer to Lune using the animate noun class morpheme and anthro verbs, though, so... Oh non, je filme pour mon journal.
Pourquoi tu parles à propos de moi?
Je disais que le robot te réfère comme anthropoïde, mais il me réfère comme un robot.
Mon ordi te parle?
Oui? Yeah, that's probably why the anthros are the lowest class in their eyes. Hey, I think I finally figured out how this language works. You thought we did before? Pfft, nope. We just vaguely understood everything based on context and pattern recognition. But now we know how they actually talk to each other, and oh boy, it's something. So first, they can only make music when an anthro prompts them to, because the anthros change their code to act like generative AI. How fun! And when they make music, that gets sent through the wires to all the other computers, and there's no way to talk to any specific computer. It's everyone all at once. Now for the language itself, it's pretty synthetic, which was kind of hard to spot because there's no real separation between words, and also there's phonemic silence, which made it really hard to understand anything. But now, I figured out that the nouns class and number agreement morphemes are either prefixed or suffixed in the order that the nouns appear in relation to each other. Or in other words, the first noun's gender and number are prefixed, and the second noun's gender and number are suffixed. Number and gender agreement morphemes are in the order of, well, it's symmetrical, so number of noun 1, then gender of noun 1, then the action, then gender of noun 2, then the number of noun 2. And particles that affect the noun, such as the agent noun marker that turns verbs into nouns that perform that verb, think the ER suffix in singer, always face away from the verb. So if the noun comes before the verb, the particle will be before the noun, and vice versa. Prepositions and conjunctions like in and act like verbs, and also start new sentences in imperative. So to say, I have a kick and a snare, you would say, I have a kick. All of you add a snare.
Possession marking does a similar thing, where it's a new sentence. So to say, my snake is talking, you would have to say, I have a snake, it's making speech. But they don't have this word for snakes, but snakes kind of sound like symbols, so they'd probably just apply the animate gender morpheme to symbol to mean snake. All chords that modify words, like for changing a person on a verb or marking case, are said at the same time as the words they modify in the base notes. Adjectives and adverbs modify the words they modify, like literally. To say a quiet person, you would just say person quietly. Technically, you would have to say this is a person, because each phrase, or I guess word, needs a verb for it to be grammatically correct. But yeah, so in general, that's how the language works. It's very something. Save me God. The computer here just shared with us a very, very important text within their culture. One that was written before the Anthros had changed them. I'm told that, for that reason, it symbolizes liberation and resilience. It gives them hope that one day they can escape from the control of the Anthros. And it sounds like this.
Volume warning.
Hi. We got into contact with a transportation company called Legati Portals. It seems like they found a way to get us home. Home. Back home, there aren't any cyborgs like me, so it's hard for me to actually relate to anyone or talk to anyone. The computers here are really nice, though. I don't know if I want to go back.